Ladies and gentlemen, before we start our presentation, I'll just show a few photos of what's going to come next. Just watch first. Please note what the guy is saying down there, that when you say a new study shows, people seem to believe whatever they say. Okay, these 5 photos that I showed earlier brings me to a conclusion that some famous saying say that whoever controls the media controls the mind. It has been like that. You can see around the world. We in the Education Technology Division, we produce educational materials. We are trying to control the mind of the children, but not on the wrong side, through educational materials, through building them, content, and also the support for teacher. So, in doing this, we have a big problem. Sometimes we create good programs, sometimes we create not very good programs from the hits we get. And as we mentioned earlier, search and search and search, research is done every now and then to come up with what we show here. Content specification, also the elements of instructional design. To create educational programs, we put together an SME, meaning subject matter expert, and an instructional designer, IDs expert, together. Then we come up with the programs. So doing this, we have been successful at that time, at some times, as I told earlier, but the motivation of study comes to support the education reform plan of 2013-2025, which is the Anjakan Ketujuh, you all are very familiar with, the memanfaat ICT. Then we, on the other side, these 3 people are producing programs, but they are not curriculum based. At certain junctures, Astro has channel 601, 602 and 603 support, but we need to support them with our programs because they are broadcasting, we are webcasting, EduWeb TV. What's wrong with broadcasting? Nothing is wrong with it, but it's just that teachers can't follow them because teachers have to follow the standard of, the timetable given by Astro. But else in EduWeb TV, we do it also, we park it in the web and the teachers can download and use it. That's the difference in why we have to support. Okay, what started as I would say more of a checklist to do the program through rigorous of the studies became a problem. And the problem here was to make the learning process in school more contextual, authentic and meaningful, so that the students will be able to face the challenges outside the school. Besides that, we have another problem. You can ask us, why are you doing it when there are ample of resources outside there? You can note Khan Academy, you can note a lot of OER, open education resources. But if that's the case, then why don't we need our own syllabus? You cannot just take anything that's on the web and put it to give it to our children. We have to edit, we have to do this. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, we have thrown a program that we bought from BBC, just put it aside because it doesn't suit the requirements needed by our system. So, answering to this, we have 2 research objectives: to identify the content and also the elements of ID. So, to address the problem, we keep on doing, always. We do this all the while, need research analysis. And now we have a program, we did a few prototypes, and we work on that to come up with the latest checklist of content and specification. It will turn to become a conceptual framework, or you can call it a conceptual model later. This is the program that we did for the prototype to do the research in the schools, and then the findings. All right, the findings, basically, this is it. the content part of it. This is just a diagram of what should be. I'll give you the specifications. It has to be current, accurate. It has to support the curriculum, appropriate, significant, appropriate level, integrate. We would rather take it as a checklist to our production and make sure that every time a curriculum program is produced, we make sure this is there. And this keeps changing. This keeps changing because of the curriculum and also the necessity of the ID, which come next. Which meaning, there are about 33 instructional design that we have to check. We can't put everything in one program, but we keep on advancing. We keep on putting it into our programs one by one. Among those are the goals, the suitability, resource promotes engagement, active learning, communication skills, interaction, creativity, independency, purpose, structured, congruency, and then it's also concepts that's clearly introduced, non-technical, technical terms, pedagogy, which is, I wouldn't say it lacking in other production of TV stations, because it would be wrong to say people to be negative with people's product, but we are very careful with the pedagogical elements that we produce. And also, activities and the text relates to visual. Okay, and we created a conceptual model for production in education TV in Bahagian Teknologi Pendidikan, and at the moment, we are strictly following it, and it will change. It will change. There's restriction in it. It will change. As time changes, it will change. And we will try our best to follow and do this. These are the findings that we got. And during our research, we came up with a few very interesting comments from the students, like would have preferred this kind of learning from the beginning. The few presenters earlier already mentioned that IT is the way to go, open education is the way to go, and children are, especially like if you see the guy from Mauritius, he said that they are basically lost when they come to connecting the islands. So this is where we come in. And then there's one problem there that we have to note, we will note that EduWeb TV can hinder learning experience to a motivated and enthusiastic learner due to difficulties experienced with getting it to work. Yeah, we will address this. As Professor Rozan said just now, IT has to be upgraded now and then. And out of that, we come with recommendations that the content has to have these 4 very important, whatever I showed just now, conclude into 4 elements, big elements, and being in line with curriculum, appropriate depth of scope, significant contents to Malaysian context. That's why we cannot have all the programs from overseas to just come and replace. Okay? And then a real world experience. Doing this, we have a problem. We have to bring the social consideration into our programs. When I say social consideration, it tackles the elements of social problems. If TV can do, if media can do so many things, if media can control the mind of people, then why can't we control the mind of children, our children, with using media or TV or whatever video programs that we have? And we are working towards it. And then the recommendation for the instructional design, all those 33, I put it in 6 different columns, and it's like this: variety and style, real world experience come again, production format, 21st century learning, duration length of video program is very important, and the method applied. So this is our checklist, and we will go along with it. And as conclusion, educational video program should be activity based, enhance cooperative learning, provide individual growth, promote hands-on activities, strengthen decision making and critical thinking skills, offer flexibility and choice appropriately. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the media world is saturated, meaning that there's a lot of things there, but we keep reminding us that you cannot just follow what you have been doing. You cannot just follow it, because your content must be fantastic, but if your ID is out, nobody wants to watch your program. And if your ID is fantastic, but your content is out, you are in trouble also, because you are teaching the wrong thing. And our contributions will, of course, support our education reform plan. On our basic thing is our EduWeb TV. We at BTP, this is our core business. You see the website down there, EduWeb TV. And if you go in there, you can see curriculum programs especially for teachers. I wouldn't say best teaching programs, but it's good teaching practices that we record in classrooms and we put it there according to our basic preliminary discussions. And then we have Awal Semasa, external news gathering, and we have also the promotional and tutorials to use all this. It's a very interesting website that's created by the government of Malaysia, the Ministry of Education, with BTP playing a big role in it. And the summary, this research has given a guideline in the process of preparing a treatment. All the video producers here know that video production is just not pachak camera and shoot. No, there's a lot of things involved in it. You need to do a treatment, and then you need to come up with pre-production. Finally is the shooting. The pre-production is more important than the production itself, because if a pre-production is out, you don't fail, you don't plan, you actually plan to fail in your production. And then we have the post-production, the editing, the making of the movie, building up the body of the movie in the production level, post-production, and this is what we do in supporting the Malaysian Education Reform Plan, our contribution. With that, thank you.